Hi, I'm Helen from Archie Browns in Penzance and Truro. Okay, so you're thinking of following a vegan diet. Things to bear in mind are, don't try and jump in completely 100% straight away, because it opens you up to having too many pitfalls. You think, oh no, I've eaten something that isn't vegan, or you spend a lot of time and get too obsessed with reading ingredients lists, etc, etc. The cookbooks that I really like are the Bosch cookbooks, the Happy Pear, Anya Carlin, who is actually a local chef, a vegan chef, and Anna Jones. Anna Jones isn't totally vegan, but she has some great things in there, and they're really easy to follow recipes. Try something new every week, try a new recipe every week, and when you've got those funny ingredients that you've bought that you've never used before and they're sitting in your fridge or the back of your cupboard, then Google them, find something else to do with them. Don't just let them sit there. Just try something and see how you get on. The easiest thing to do for vegan suppers is a great stir fry with cashew nuts and tofu, tempeh. All those things are, really good proteins, really good basic proteins. They're not highly processed, healthy, simple things. Most Middle Eastern cooking, Indian cooking, a lot of it is based on vegan ingredients and a vegan lifestyle. It's always good to have a really good spice cabinet. You want all the spices, flavours, the different oils as well. Having sesame oil, just a dash of toasted sesame oil adds a huge difference to the flavour of your stir fries. Nutritional yeast flakes are great for adding a cheesy, nutty flavour to sauces. The plant milks, most of the plant milks, just try them all until you find your favourite. Some people prefer a coconut, some people prefer an almond. Soya and oat are also really good. You can get a lot of protein from just what you generally eat. If you eat a few nuts, if you eat especially your tofu and your tempeh, they're really good sources of protein. The pulses are great. You can add pulses to nearly everything. Soups are brilliant. If you've got an ordinary vegetable soup and you put in a handful of lentils, you're immediately upped your protein level enormously, and in a nice, healthy, unprocessed, basic way. I think you need to look at all the different food groups and make sure you're getting a range of all the food groups. If there's anything that you feel you're missing, then do some research, ask somebody that you trust to find out if there's something that you should be taking to replace what you're not actually getting enough of. There are vegan omega oils now, there's vegan multivitamins, there's vegan vitamin D, all those things could be useful in the right times. It shouldn't be too expensive to go vegan, because really when you look at the costs of meat and cheeses these days, they're not cheap. The pulses are very cheap. Nuts are actually quite expensive, but you don't need to eat many. Just a few cashew nuts give you, a really good boost in your diet. The vegan substitutes, as in the cheese substitutes and some of the protein substitutes, do work out quite expensive. But then I would just use them on a very ad hoc basis, but very, very occasionally, and not rely on those in my everyday meals. It's the processed foods. Filling your freezer up with ready meals, or going out and having fast food, burgers and fries, is not the best way of going vegan. Yes, or we can all treat ourselves to something that we consider to be unhealthy. I think the issue can be just trying to replace what you're changing with a processed vegan option. It's best to kind of try and be inventive and look at basic raw ingredients and making something new and fresh. It's also really easy to set yourself too high a mark to work to, and I think we all need to relax about what we eat and be happy with what we eat and not get too stressed or obsessed with it, because that can cause us too much anxiety, and it's better to not beat yourself up if you fall off the sort of vegan wagon for a minute. The thing is, we could all be a little bit healthier if we just even added a few vegan days to our weekly menus. Just eat vegan food every other day or twice a week. The thing is not to give yourself too many rules, because that gives you too many problems, and you just want to actually be happy with what you eat.